Walker. He's going to move the cows for us today. Oh, there's a calf hiding in the tall grass. That's our surprise calf of the year.
We're just having a good time.
Come on, Tope.
Oh no, don't touch me. I'm not sure if you roll or not. So guys, we're just having a good time. He's just laying there. And his name starts with S. Right down there. Yeah, he's the one with the NASP line on.
Well, while we're out here, we're going to move the cows. Always fun. Set a little fence, move a little water. Setting fence is only what you make of it. It doesn't take long. Maybe we'll show this clip here in real time, because it really doesn't take that long to set fence. I know when my wife and I first started rotationally grazing, it would take us an hour and a half to move the cows once a day. That's setting the fence and all that, but it really doesn't have to be.
That I think am I supposed to sit?
You can hold the posts.
Am I supposed to stack them on top of my head? Or what am I supposed to do?
One of the things that we do whenever we're setting our fences, we always put one close to the wire that we're hooking onto. That way, if for some reason it comes unhooked, the cattle don't automatically move themselves. If we had that post out there 30 feet, if it come unhooked it mainly comes unhooked whenever the calves get to playing in the evenings. We call it running of the calves. The calves get to running back and forth, and sometimes they just don't know quite where they're at, and they'll hit the fence and sometimes knock that hook loose. For this field here, we need probably about 6 fence posts.
Almost half of them.
Yep, we got half of them. Only got one hand, bud.
Okay, Scout, you're moving.
Okay, we got one post set, our wire hooked up, and we just run through here on side by side.
Is this supposed to be alligator?
As you can see, we never touch the fence whenever we're hooking the posts up. We don't really care about the spacing as long as it holds the wire up off the ground, keeps the livestock in. Usually the taller, the thicker the grass, the closer the spacing we have. You can see this here is really nice red clover in here. Like I said before, this is a new seeding. This here was grazed already once this year. Some white clover, bud?
Yeah, I see some up ahead.
Yeah, there's some white clover in here.
How much?
There should be some L-site clover. There's not very much white clover. Should be some L-site clover, some sweet yellow clover.
Yellow clover? I've never seen that.
2 or 3 different varieties of red clover in here. I think we put one of the varieties that we put in here that's called Persistent. It's a new one. We really haven't worked with it. It's supposed to stay alive a lot longer. Usually red clover is a biannual plant, which means you plant it one year.
Next year it's dead.
And well, no, you plant it one year, we graze it one year, harvest it the second year, and then usually it dies out. Walker, he's going to move the cows for us today. Oh, there's a calf hiding in the tall grass. That's our surprise calf of the year.
What are you doing? What are you doing, little calf?
That calf's mother was slotted to be beef this year, and she didn't breed back for spring calving, and we made the mistake of putting the bull in, and she cycled later on, and we ended up getting a surprise calf.
Looks like that surprise calf is back.
Yep, come move him, bud.
Hey, Hazel. I'm gonna have to touch these, aren't I?
Yeah.
Well, Scout wound up touching my hands, so they're gonna stink after this.
Yeah.
I don't think she was the one underneath the buggy. This is also going to be stinky after this. Now I have to... I guess I'm going to be... Oh! Come on, guys. Don't want to get ran over. That one's good. I'm hurry up.
Back up, bud.
Keeping this tight. So
that cow up there just got hit. Did you hear it?
Yep. I heard it touch the fence. Oh yeah, if you didn't know, I put it on a second wire down. So then that was not hot, so then I can't get shocked.
Okay.
So I don't have to worry.
You can see right there, the cows have stood a little bit.
I'm just gonna
for their afternoon snooze, I guess, or I like to try and call it the
afternoon
hang out at the water bottle or the coffee pot and see which way to go next.
Yes, I can get up here real easy and balance.
Okay, let's go move the water.
Yep. Now I can't lift the water, so don't even try to get me to do it.
Okay.
Thanks, Couchy.
All right. That move went smoothly, as 99% of them do. Cows are enjoying their clover.
Oh, I know. There.
This here's our water tub. It's a little bit big for what our needs are. We've watered 110 animal units out of this tub. But one thing to note, there's only about 4 inches of water in the tub. 10 to 12 gallons of water. And we have a high flow valve in this tub. In the high flow valve and keeping the water within 200 feet of the livestock at all times, it allows us to have less water in our tub. We don't need to. You don't need to fill that tub clear to the top. And when we dump it, you got to think about that as wasting water or wasting energy, because it takes energy to.
I guess that's not wasting water, but
It takes energy to pump that water. The cows are never out of water, and this water actually is about 65 degrees. It's actually pretty cool for as hot as it is today. I believe it's 82 degrees today. And if this tub was filled clear to the top, and a cow or two came to drink out of it, they would only drink just a few gallons out of it. They would just drink a few gallons out of it, and it would actually get extremely warm. The water would get well over 100 degrees. And as you can tell, Toby, he enjoys taking a dip to cool off in the water. He always does. Okay, let's move the tub.
there's a calf grabbing something to eat.
We keep a valve on a short hose so we can shut it off. Be careful if you're buying valves for your tub. Some of the valves have very, very small openings which restrict the flow tremendously. A lot of the garden hose valves, especially the brass ones, at least the ones in my area that I have looked at, probably restrict your flow of water clear down to, I would say, maybe down to 3 gallons per minute. The hole's only about 3/16 of an inch round on it, so it restricts your water flow tremendously. We use a homemade contraption, hose hook I call it. Hook it on our ball,